The movie opens with a glimpse into a prestigious high school that boasts the title of the best school for 2 consecutive years. However, within this seemingly perfect environment, a dark reality unfolds as we are introduced to Han Soo-kang, a wealthy student who leads a gang known for bullying their peers. Despite Soo-kang's reprehensible behavior, students and faculty turn a blind eye to his actions due to his affluent background. Soo-kang's gang targets a student named Go Jin Hyung, subjecting him to physical and emotional abuse. Minji, a member of the gang, captures the brutality on video as they torment Jin Hyung, rendering him unconscious. The gang then forces Jin Hyung to participate in a twisted game, where he endures further violence with each loss. Soo-kang revels in the suffering, broadcasting Jin Hyung's screams throughout the school, yet no one intervenes to stop the cruelty. The next scene introduces So Si-min, the protagonist of the movie, who has taken up a temporary teaching position at the school. Despite her short-term contract, Si-min harbors a desire to secure a permanent position at the school, which motivates her to excel in her role and maintain positive relationships with her colleagues. During a moment of solitude in the washroom, Si-min overhears a conversation among her fellow teachers discussing the tragic suicide of the previous occupant of her desk. Shocked by this revelation, Si-min learns from an internet search that the teacher took their own life due to relentless bullying from students. Si-min pretends to be oblivious to the conversation and discreetly exits the washroom. To avoid suspicion, she casually inserts earphones into her ears and joins her colleague HWA, who leads her away from the washroom. HWA leads Si-min to her office and shares a disturbing video depicting Soo-kang harassing an elderly woman. The situation escalates when Jin Hyung intervenes to rescue the woman, inadvertently drawing Soo-kang's attention. The elderly woman turns out to be Jin Hyung's grandmother. Further, HWA reveals to Si-min that Soo-kang has a history of violent behavior, including a past incident where he severely injured a student in his previous school, resulting in his suspension and subsequent transfer to their current school. Despite the gravity of the situation, HWA advises Si-min to turn a blind eye to Soo-kang's actions if she hopes to secure a permanent position at the school. Unable to confront HWA directly, Si-min channels her emotions into a rigorous workout session upon returning home, using the punching bag as an outlet for her pent-up anger and frustration. Si-min's friend Kwon-jung, a police inspector, arrives to visit, and the two engage in a friendly boxing match. Si-min effortlessly defeats Kwon-jung, showcasing her exceptional boxing skills. It becomes evident that Si-min is no ordinary girl. She is a talented boxer who has won numerous medals and aspires to win the gold medal someday. Despite her remarkable talent and aspirations, Si-min has put her boxing dreams on hold to support her family. Her former boxer father is burdened with significant debt, compelling Si-min to shoulder the responsibility of repaying it. In addition to the job at the school, she also runs a gym, demonstrating her dedication to fulfilling her familial obligations. After finishing her boxing practice, Si-min notices a mask lying around, sparking curiosity about its origin. Kwon suggests that her father might have left it there, but Si-min doesn't dwell on it much. The next day, Si-min endeavors to integrate herself into the school community, striving to foster friendly relations with both students and staff to secure her position permanently. Despite her efforts to maintain a harmonious atmosphere, Si-min can't ignore wrongdoing when she witnesses Jin Hyung being viciously attacked by Soo-kang. Noticing that Soo-kang has tampered with the CCTV cameras and muffled Jin Hyung's cries, Si-min feels compelled to intervene. However, she encounters a boy named Lee, who warns her against getting involved, cautioning that it could lead to trouble. Lee reveals to Si-min that Soo-kang's parents wield significant influence in the school community, with his mother being a lawyer and his father serving as the chief prosecutor and trustee of the school. This revelation makes Si-min realize the potential repercussions of confronting Soo-kang, including jeopardizing her job security, but she also feels a compulsion to help. As Soo-kang threatens Jin Hyung, Si-min, pretending to be engrossed in a phone call, strategically intervenes to protect Jin Hyung. She fakes an accidental fall while striking Soo Kang, diverting attention from her deliberate interference. Si-min then pacifies the situation and urges Soo Kang to return to class. However, Soo Kang's fury escalates upon learning Si-min's true identity as the replacement for the teacher who committed suicide due to their bullying. Enraged, Soo Kang turns on his own friends, demonstrating his volatile temperament. After this, we see Lee, who is taking boxing training from Si-min's father. Lee works in a restaurant where Si-min's father used to come often. Meanwhile, Si-min summons Jin Hyung to her office to inquire if he has reported the bullying to the principal. Jin Hyung confirms that he has sought help from the principal and the police but has received no assistance, instead being advised to leave the school despite his innocence. Desperate for support, Jin Hyung turns to Si-min for help, but she realizes the futility of seeking aid from her colleagues who are unlikely to intervene. Reflecting on her struggles, Si-min recalls her past failures in women's boxing, where she fell short of achieving her dream of winning a gold medal. Frustrated by her shortcomings, Si-min faces further disappointment when her father harshly reprimands her and disowns her, refusing to acknowledge her as his daughter. As the story returns to the present, Soo Kang is seen enjoying himself on the terrace when Si-min confronts him about his harassment of the students. However, Soo Kang reacts angrily and behaves rudely towards Si-min, leaving her unable to take any action. Soon, all the school staff's phones receive a message detailing Soo Kang's severe bullying of a student, causing uproar throughout the school. The principal becomes concerned as the news reaches the education committee. Amidst the chaos, Soo Kang's mother arrives and becomes infuriated, demanding to know who reported her son. She confronts the teachers aggressively, but none of them, including Si-min, confess to reporting Soo Kang. However, unable to bear seeing her colleagues face trouble because of her actions, Si-min ultimately admits to being the one who reported Soo Kang. This admission enraged Soo Kang's mother, who begins to physically assault Si-min. Despite the assault, Si-min remains composed, recognizing the power dynamics at play due to the wealthy status of Soo Kang's family, which leaves her unable to retaliate against them. After some time, Soo Kang confronts the principal in his office and inquires about Si-min's fate. The principal informs him that Si-min will be dismissed from the school. However, instead of being pleased by this news, Soo Kang violently attacks the principal and demands that Si-min be reinstated. Meanwhile, Si-min sits on the sidewalk, visibly upset and angry. Kwon approaches her, and she confides in him about the rampant bullying in the school and seeks his assistance in helping Jin Hyung. However, Kwon explains that without concrete evidence, they won't be able to incriminate Soo Kang. Frustrated by this revelation, Si-min struggles to contain her anger. Before she can express her frustration, she spots her father, who is collecting children after their boxing practice. He attempts to engage with Si-min, but she storms off in anger. After some time, Si-min finds herself alone in a store when suddenly Soo Kang's gang arrives and intimidates her. Despite their harassment, Si-min maintains her composure, refraining from taking any action against them. However, on her way out, she accidentally collides with a drunken man who then strikes her. This incident triggers Si-min's anger, and she swiftly incapacitates the man with a single kick. Determined to confront Soo Kang and save Jin Hyung, Si-min resolves to teach him a lesson. Meanwhile, Soo Kang is playing basketball with his gang when a player from another team accidentally bumps into him, enraging Soo Kang. This altercation escalates into a fight between the two teams, which Si-min observes from a distance, silently plotting her next move. Taking advantage of the chaos, Si-min dons a cat mask she found in the gym and launches herself at Soo Kang. Meanwhile, Lee arrives with an order for fried chicken for the wealthy students, but hesitates to intervene due to the escalating fight. Si-min relentlessly beats one of Soo Kang's gang members, seizing the moment. As the police arrive, Soo Kang is forced to flee, bringing an end to the brawl. The following day at school, Si-min appears jubilant, having given Soo Kang's gang a thorough thrashing the previous night. The video of the altercation goes viral, and Si-min is hailed as a hero by the entire school. Some students even draw a cat mask on Soo Kang's seat, enraging him further. He storms out of class, breaking his table in front of the teacher before leaving. His followers trail behind him, trembling with fear as Soo Kang recklessly speeds through traffic. Soo Kang's friends suggest that he can take out his frustration on Jin Hyung. Soo Kang's anger is fueled by Jin Hyung's name, and Si-min enjoys herself with the mask at her gym. Kwon advises her that revenge isn't necessary and that justice can be achieved through other means. Si-min discards the mask. Soo Kang plays a game with Jin Hyung, who escapes and seeks refuge at Lee's restaurant. Lee's boss helps Jin Hyung, and Lee informs Si-min about Jin Hyung's predicament. He implores her to help and reveals he called the police. Frustrated, Jin Hyung confronts Soo Kang with a knife, while Si-min attacks him. Si-min notices Jin Hyung's arrival and intervenes, sustaining an injury. She is admitted to the hospital, where her father scolds her and wears the mask to protect her. In retaliation, Si-min's father confronts Soo Kang, sparking a fight. Si-min, recovering in the hospital, notices her father's swollen face, a result of Soo Kang's beating, sparking her desire for revenge against Soo Kang. After this, Si-min and her father are driving home when her father apologizes to her. He expresses remorse because he knew that Si-min was on the verge of winning in boxing that day, but a man offered her a significant sum of money to pay off her father's debt. Si-min stopped her attacks, allowing her opponent to knock her out. Despite scolding Si-min earlier, her father understands the circumstances leading to her defeat and apologizes. Moved by his apology, Si-min sheds tears but manages to regain composure. The following day, Soo Kang's associates scour the school for the person wearing the cat mask, suspecting that they were a student. They inspect the student's hands for any cut marks resulting from Jin Hyung's knife the previous night. However, they find no such cuts on anyone until Soo Kang spots Si-min wincing in pain after bumping her injured arm into a student. Soo Kang realizes that Si-min was the one who attacked them. He confronts her, gripping her injured arm, and demands to know why she intervened between him and Jin Hyung. Si-min clarifies that she wasn't protecting Soo Kang, but rather Jin Hyung from facing severe consequences. Enraged, Soo Kang attempts to suffocate Si-min with a polythene bag. However, he notices a pamphlet advertising the school's boxing championship and changes his mind, proposing that Si-min fights against him in the competition. Meanwhile, Jin Hyung, feeling overwhelmed with despair, contemplates jumping off the school building. Si-min arrives in time and reminds him of his grandmother's tragic fate, which dissuades him from taking his own life. They share an emotional moment, and as the day of the fight arrives, Si-min dons the cat mask, while Jin Hyung distributes similar masks to the students to support Si-min anonymously. The highly anticipated fight gains widespread attention throughout the city due to Soo Kang's prominence. As the match commences, Soo Kang proves to be a formidable opponent. However, during the bout, Si-min's identity is accidentally revealed when her hair comes loose. Undeterred, she continues to fight fiercely, eventually unmasking herself to everyone's surprise. With a powerful kick, Si-min defeats Soo Kang, sending him flying out of the ring. After winning, Si-min demands that Soo Kang apologize to Jin Hyung, but he refuses. Si-min and Jin Hyung decide to report Soo Kang to the police. Minji, witnessing the situation, offers to provide evidence against Soo Kang. Subsequently, Soo Kang is arrested, and the scene transitions to a few days later, where Si-min is shown happily working as a gymnastics trainer outside of school, and the movie ends.